Good morning, everyone, and welcome to UkraineDating.tv. You guys, nobody here, but anyway, we are back in business, and so today's topic is how to spot a high-value Ukrainian women. By the way, this channel is dedicated for Western men to find their true love with Ukrainian women. So if you have any questions or anything you want to ask me, you can come and join me live. Anyway, first things first, I need to play the video for you, and then we can discuss this together. All right, let's go.
Now, if you're a high value woman, but you refuse to ever cook, you refuse to ever clean, you refuse to ever look after your man or the people around you, and because you're like, oh, I'm above this, you're not truly valuable. You're a narcissistic woman. Truly, being a feminine woman is you enjoy doing these things for the people you love. You enjoy cooking for your kids. You enjoy cooking for your husband because you like to add value to people's life. You enjoy looking after people when they're sick. You enjoy comforting people when they're distressed. You don't have this stoic, useless kind of I'm too good to do anything attitude. That's narcissism.
Alrighty, okay, 1 second, let me see. Hi, Santos. Welcome back. Missing you. Oh, I missed you guys too. I missed everyone. Sorry, the reason why we didn't do a couple of podcasts because Anna and Joe moved to Georgia, so they had to figure their things out, settle in. Anna was a little sick, so that's the reason why we did not do the podcast. I missed you guys. I really did. I was kind of sad because we were left in limbo a little bit. We did not know when we were coming back. So anyway, we're back. So, okay, so I hope everybody. I know there's 5 people watching. Hope everybody has seen the video. Hi, Janik. Okay, so let's discuss this. How she said, well, yeah, I agree with this. A lot of I see modern women these days. Um, a lot of them. I'm not gonna guess percentage because my didn't do any surveys, but I noticed that a lot of them say that, well, why would if we're just dating, if we're just boyfriend and girlfriend, why should I cook for him? Why should I do anything for him to show him that I'm a wifey material? Unless I have a ring on my finger, then why should I put any effort into relationship? Show you that I'm nurturing? Well, I mean, when you when you apply to college, university, you have to do an exam, right? You can't just, you have to have good grades, and you have to be evaluated to let's okay, let's say Harvard, right? You can't just go in there not having any credential and having bad grades. You can't just walk in from the street and be like, "Oh, I want to study here," right? So that's the same thing. It goes for men. Men don't need much from a woman. I keep saying that, and modern women do not understand this. They think that's all men care about is the looks. Some, yes, simps. Yeah, that's the truth. They see a good-looking woman, knowing if she gives them a little bit of time of her day, they go nuts and, oh my God, pretty woman, talk to me, so I'm gonna, do anything for her. But a high value man, he's not gonna just go for looks. Okay, looks, yes, of course, it's a very nice addition to all the skills that you have already. If you want to be a wife, you have to show your boyfriend that you're able to cook, that you actually want to cook and not just cook once in a while, like, okay, well, here you go. But I also noticed that these women, they expect a man to do all the, husband um, responsibilities, take care of those before they get married, because he has to show the woman, oh well, he's a provider, he's a protector. So that's just hypocrisy at its finest, if you ask me. Like, why women think I'm the prize because I'm good looking. Or, well, a lot of women these days think that they're 10 because a lot of simps in their DMs on social media all day every day. Oh, you're beautiful. Let me take you out. Let me do this for you. Let me do that for you. But to be honest with you, women once they come across the simp, uh, they, you can't have respect for a man that has no spine. And I'm saying it not to hurt anybody's feelings, or I mean, if some feelings get hurt, not not my fault. If the shoe fits, lace up, okay. But the point I have that you have to have, self love as well, man. Just because she's good look, I mean, first things first, all looks vanish. So she might be pretty right now, and then 10 years down the road, I mean, gravity happens, you know, like biology happens, So everybody gets old. Can some age like fine wine, some age like milk. So you can't put all your eggs in one basket thinking you're all this and that, honestly. My own experience, okay. In 2008 I burned. So my face burned, my neck, my chest here on my right arm, and my back. So 33% of my body burnt, okay. This was second degree, so here I have scars. Not that noticeable unless you come close to me and really look. But if it was on my face, you'd be able to notice it because it would be right in your face too. So honestly, if my face burnt and it was messed up, and my personality was crap, I don't think anybody would care for me. Anybody would love me, but that's not the case. And I'd also thought like that was also realization for me, like you can't just be like, oh well, I'm good looking. Not that I think I'm that good looking. No, I can see, of course, I'm not an ugly duckling, which I was actually when I was growing up. I was an ugly duckling. Anyway, my point is that, if you want a high value man, ladies, you have to show that you're a high value woman. Like Sadia said that, yeah, if you think you're all this and that, like you're just a narcissist. Why do you expect um a man to do all these things, take you out, first dates, $300 dinners, even till now, me and my man would go out. I I don't I honestly don't like going out much, but like date nights, that's fine once in a while. But it's just again, my mentality is like, well, I can cook better, and it's cheaper to make it at home. But once in a while it's okay to go out. But women these days expect a man to pay the bills, to take them out, show him that he is the husband material. But what about you? Why don't you think that you should show off your skills, what you can do? You can't just be like, well, I'm not gonna show that I can cook, or I can clean, or I can be nurturing or loving, or submissive. I'm not gonna do any of it until I have a ring on my finger. But how does he know that once he puts a ring on the finger, you're gonna start doing it? Or once you get married, what makes you think that he's 100% sure that you're gonna start doing that? Like, he doesn't have any guarantees. And then in the end, even if you break off the engagement, you get to keep the ring. It doesn't make any sense, right? Okay, let me see what's going on. Okay, hello, Dan. I think have okay, you guys, do you have any questions? Okay, what's going on with this thing? Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Santos. Thank you. Mm. So yeah, that's the point I have. Like, you gotta work for relationships. And relationship is a union, and you gotta go through thick and thin. where I see a lot of people, women, these especially modern women these days, is like any inconvenience in a relationship, they kind of want, okay, well, I'm not happy, so I'm leaving, you know, instead of working things out, there's, well, that's why men don't even want to get married, especially in the West. They're looking at the situation, well, what do I gain out of being married to a woman? She comes in, um, most of the times, well, these days, nowadays, she doesn't cook, she doesn't clean, she has a big spending habit, um, lives beyond her means, doesn't know the value of a dollar, thinks that just because, she's got some work done here and there, because some guys is liking her pictures on, on Instagram or whatever the heck, whatever social media they have. And that's the thing with women now also, because social media is ruining people, and not just relationships, just mentality altogether. I see a lot of single women keeping other women single. Seen this one video a few days ago. So this girl went on a date with the guy and two of her friends. They came in separately. That was the couple's first date, so obviously you didn't know her friends. So they came into the bar. They sat at the bar, and the couple, they were sitting in the booth. And these two monkeys send their friend, the girl that was on a date, a drink, supposedly from some other guy admirer at the bar. What? What? What is going through your freaking mind, thinking that this is what, oh, he's gonna be jealous? Okay, first things first, he's gonna sit there. As soon as the drink comes, he's gonna be concentrating, like, who the hell sent my date a drink? He's gonna bug the waiter that brought the drink. Who the hell this is? This is gonna create tension. And this is the mentality of modern women these days. And these women were in their freaking 30s, okay? 30s, not like 18 years old. Okay, I can understand 18-year-old, not much going on up there still, you know, still messing around, stupid, doing stupid stuff, I guess. I don't know. I never really thought these kind of head games, playing head games in the relationships, or even in the beginning of relationships, it always backfires and comes back and bites you in the butt, and it's not pretty. Okay, so imagine that you go on a date and then this happens, and then they, of course, they recorded it, obviously put it on the internet. I mean, if I was a guy, and then in that situation, that guy, right, and then I go home and then I find and I see this stuff that they posted it, and find out that this was the whole situation. I'd be like, okay, I'm staying away from this lady, even though maybe the date was going pretty well, but she's got crazy friends. Why? And yeah, and this saying I keep hearing is single women keeping other women single, and that's the god honest truth. Even back in the day when I was younger too, I would have uh, jealous friends that if I started seeing someone, and especially if he was high value, they would either quickly go and fall on their, eggplant, or try and just break things between me and the guy. So a lot of women are just really envious. Yes, especially if they see their friend and they're like, okay, well, I'm as good looking as she is, or even better looking, and there she is. She's got a good man by her side. Well, let me split them up so I don't feel so lonely, or let me steal the man. I've had quite a few so-called best friends go and sleep with the men that I was either interested in, or they were interested in me, or whatnot. And then one of them got even pregnant and had a baby. So again, I don't know, these modern women just kind of a lot of animosity and jealousy going on. And again, social media always comparing, oh, the grass is greener on the other side. No, the grass is not greener on the other side. The grass is green is where you water it. Okay, Janik. Yeah, many single women, yes, they are awful. Well, awful in a sense that I think uh, they feel lonely and jealousy and, being envious of somebody having a good life. And that's the thing. Before the social media, people didn't really know what was going on in the neighbor's household, because nowadays everybody's spilling their guts out, and then parade their um relationships and troubles in the relationships and put it out for everyone to see, for everyone to hear. Oh, my husband did this, and my boyfriend did that, and then my boyfriend didn't do this, and then he should have done that. And it's like, what do I do? I feel so unhappy because, oh, you didn't take out the garbage, and this is the okay. Like, internet is good for a lot of things, definitely, but it's also, there's no freaking happy middle. I find it like, I see that that's humanity for you. If there's something good in it, there's really no happy middle. It goes from one extreme to another. Really, that's what humanity is all about, really. So, one second. Ooh, spicy. That's my morning plants I drink every day. Yeah. So I noticed that men don't do this kind of stuff. They don't go and get in between, like in relationships, like, oh, you're gonna dump this your wife or whatever. But the women do this on daily basis. I'm pretty lucky because my female friends now, well, one of them, she's been my friend for about 24 years now. Yeah, around 24 years. And we never fought over a guy. We don't even like the same kind of guys anyway to begin with, so there would be never friction. And she's, sometimes when I have, uh, arguments or fights with my man, and then I go crying to her. Again, I don't really tell her the whole entire situation, but if, like, when I'm in the wrong, she will tell me straight up, no, no, you're in the wrong, he's in the right, you go apologize. Like, and I have no issues with apologizing. When I'm wrong, I go and say, hey, baby, I'm sorry. Can I make it up to you? What can I do to make it up to you? What would you like for dinner? What would you like for dessert? You know what I mean? And that's another thing about women. Um, they will, they would rather just sometimes even die than admit that they were wrong. I don't know what it is. It's the same thing when it comes to men and asking for directions or for instructions, like putting IKEA back together or whatever. I don't need instructions. I can do it. And then halfway through, crap, give me those instructions. Same kind of thing. Men would rather get lost, run out of gas, than pull over and ask somebody for directions. The same thing with women in this. So, most women, they will not admit that they were wrong. I, on the other hand, yeah, I was raised that way. When you're wrong, you apologize, you hope they forgive you, and try and make it up to them. You know, so, but there's really no accountability anymore because women, "Oh, okay, I'm wrong." So, but I can just move on to the next one because I got like 50 guys in my DMs on daily because pictures, all these, you know, thirst trap pictures with bikinis, booties popping out there. Of course. And guys, look at these pictures. Oh, they're all airbrushed, photoshopped. If you see these women, 90% of these women that look so good in pictures, you see them in real life, you're like, what happened? What happened to you? I know I told this story before, but one of my friends, well, my boyfriend's friend, he was chatting with this girl from on Facebook, some whatever, and she looked really good. Um, so he goes to meet her, and of course that's my man, and he's like, oh shit, like, not she's 20 years older and 50 pounds heavier. Like, yeah, that happens. Catfishing. There's even a show called catfishing or something like this. That, yeah. But the thing about our women, they're all vetted and they really pretty much look exactly um what they look like in real life. That's what they look like in pictures. I'm not gonna say all. I do. Okay, right there. There are a few that I've seen, pretty photoshopped. Again, people do what they do, right, with their pictures. I don't even know how to use these filters on stuff. I, I've had an iPhone for I don't even know how many years. I don't, and then now I have this Google 8 Pro 8 or X, whatever. Don't know how to use that one either. It's been a year since I had it. Don't know how to use it. Don't care how to use it either, by the way. I just use it for texting, and that's what's up. No, not this one, but anyway. Mm. Come on, you guys. How come no questions? Nothing. What do you have? Anybody wants to? Oh, by the way, shoot, I forgot. I haven't been on one day or one couple of days on. Okay, there we go. If you guys want to, um, there you go. If you guys want to join me here on live stream, there's a link here in chat. Click on that if you want to join me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Odd that we're only 3 watching. I know. I thought. Well, I guess because I was not here. What was it? 1 week or 2 weeks that we were not here. I don't know, because I was busy with my life. So much happening here. So so maybe you guys thought that we're no longer like that the channel is, because yeah, we were thinking, Anna and Joe were thinking about maybe changing the channel or whatnot, but because they moved, it's just moving from one country to another country, especially it's not like just from Canada to US. They moved all the way to Georgia, so that's anyway, guys. Do you have any questions? Okay, let me. You know what? How about I'll just play the video again, so I can. Because to be honest with you, I was getting ready for a different topic. On the schedule, I looked on the schedule and it was a different topic, and then all of a sudden, I look at the video this morning, and I'm surprised it's different. But anyway, let me play it again for you guys. So whoever didn't see the video, let me play it again. So we're having fun.
Now, if you're a high value woman, but you refuse to ever cook, you refuse to ever clean, you refuse to ever look after your man or the people around you, and because you're like, oh, I'm above this, you're not truly valuable. You're a narcissistic woman. Truly, being a feminine woman is you enjoy doing these things for the people you love. You enjoy cooking for your kids. You enjoy cooking for your husband because you like to add value to people's life. You enjoy looking after people when they're sick. You enjoy comforting people when they're distressed. You don't have this stoic, useless kind of I'm too good to do anything attitude. That's narcissism.
Hi, Stephen. Yes, and the thing is, that's one thing about Ukrainian women. I know. I know for myself. I know every woman in my family. So from great grandma, some stuff flying around here. Um, my auntie, my grandma, my mom. Everybody cooked, and everybody loved to cook. My grandma, that was the highlight of her day, to cook for grandpa. And one time a week, grandpa cooked for grandma. He he was really good making chicken fried steak. Yeah, that was good. Anyway, so, and Ukrainian women, we, that's in our nature. That's how we are raised. I started cooking when I was 5 years old. Because I watched my grandma, great grandma. She lived right next door, so she was taking care of me, and she taught me how to cook. She taught me how to do preserves, make jams, compotes, syrups, all this kind of stuff, pickles, pickled tomatoes, preserved mushrooms, all this kind of stuff. So wintertime, you go into the cellar and it's just jars, jars, jars everywhere. So, and I don't know, just because all women always cooked and we always had dinner together. So it's not like here in Canada, a lot of people don't sit down and have dinners together. I noticed where in Ukraine, in our family, and pretty much every family, there's a dinner time set. Everybody gets, like, a wife cooks, everybody gets together, everybody sits down, everybody has dinner. you know um so we had a set date, I mean, not date, time. So grandma was 7 o'clock, mom, so also 7 o'clock. It was always 7 o'clock that we had dinner, and everything was cooked from scratch, and I still been keeping up with cooking from scratch. I mean, not everything from scratch, but most things, yes. I don't bake bread, but I make banana bread and cakes and stuff like this, right? But um anyway, let's see. Hello. Okay, I'll not tell you see. Okay, so hello, Richard. Oh, there's Richard. Sorry, Richard, I skipped you. I'm sorry. I no, Richard. She describes a worthless woman in the video, huh? Yeah, she describes narcissistic women, just that women that think that they're all this and that, and they don't have to put any effort into doing anything because they're pretty. And believe me, most of them are not even pretty. Right now, I'm trying with a lady from Czech Republic. She's only 6 years younger. Well, good, Janik. I am happy for you. Czech Republic. I've been to Czech Republic when I lived not too far. And Eastern European women, Ukrainian. Well, Ukraine is right there. It's just Czech Republic is right next to Ukraine. So, yeah. Eastern European mindset, pretty much the same. Man is the head of the house, no matter what. Um, Woman is the neck. Uh, because the high quality woman will know when the man men always, in my mind, how I was raised, men always makes decisions, big, especially big decisions. Okay, my decisions, I decide what I buy in stores, groceries, this, that's those are my decisions. I make those decisions solely by myself. I don't need any help with this or any input for that matter. Okay, this is my domain. I don't care. So, but let's say if my man wants to, like, he was buying a car. He just bought a brand new car. So he was buying a car and he ran these cars by me. And me being a neck, I steered him to make the right decisions because he was looking at some cars that were going to be a bad choice. And now that he chose the car that I suggested he did, he's happy. He's never been happier in his life. So that's the thing. So a woman, like I said, marriage relationship is a union. So you have to complement each other, right? Your partner is about to make a mistake. You swoop in and you tell him, her, baby, listen, I don't think this is good idea. Let's sit down. Let's talk about this. There's no need to go freak out and be like, ah, you're stupid. No, I tell no. One thing about being adult is that just you can sit down and have a rational conversation when you know, especially when it comes to making big decisions. So, um, and I know a lot of modern women, they're very combative these days. They don't even care. They just want to be right, whether no matter what argument it is, and they'll just fight you just to be right. And if they're wrong, they'll never admit that they're wrong. So I mean, I understand why Western men just tired of this. I I mean, yeah, it's every single day. I still obviously watch the modern dating videos and stuff for for the channel, and I'm still in shock. I've lived here for 26 years in the West, and you think that I'm westernized. In a way, yes, I am. I'm kind of used to having this lifestyle now. But I mean, I miss Ukraine too. The one thing I do miss, well, besides my family and friends, of course, but I miss the beauty. But then Canada is beautiful too. Actually, where I'm from, Ukraine, this looks a lot like it's here, but it's colder here. But I miss real food. I miss real hearty food, like no GMO, no preservatives, no processed crap. You know, everything is real food. So I miss that. I miss that a lot, a lot. I mean, I still try to do as the best I can, which yes, I just buy, produce, and I make everything from scratch. So, and then I mean, how can your future husband know what you're capable of, like in the kitchen or to clean, if you don't want to show him? You're waiting for that ring. Like I said, it's like a job an interview. You gotta show your what you're good at, what your skills are, and if you're not qualified for the job, you're not getting hired. I mean, just because you look good, nobody wants like a shiny object in the office that just sits there and doesn't do any work. Just what? Because you're good looking? Nobody's gonna hire you based on your looks unless you're applying to be a model. And even then, good looks don't mean anything, because I've seen supermodels. They look like they look scary. I mean, scary. Like, I mean, I've seen these supermodels these days now. It's like what? But and nowadays everybody's a model, especially on Instagram. Everybody considers themselves a model. And even when I used to have my Instagram, which most of it was food, but there were obviously a few pictures of me and stuff, and people would be asking me, are you a model? Like, I seriously take picture in this with the same background, which is my room with my bed in the background. Yeah, I'm a model. Like, why would you ask stupid questions like that? Model? I'm not a model. No, don't even have any professional pictures. Anyway, so that's the thing. Like, women think, oh, they have so many guys in DMs, so I can just move on. Any little inconvenience in the relationship, next, until they basically run through lots of men, and in the end, just, I don't know, have a couple of baby daddies here, and then there's trying to find a high value man. You gotta act like a high value. You have to not act. You have to be a high value woman to handle a high value man. Like, just think about this, ladies. Okay, let's pretend I'm a dude. Okay, and I have, okay, let's say 50 million. Okay, like multimillionaire. So, and let's say I would be like a five. on scale of 1 to 10, a man, right? Even if you're a 5 and you're not even rich, if you're a 5, you already have options. Like for the guy, for the guy, you don't have to have a beautiful face. You just have to be, really, guys, you don't have to have beautiful face or like luscious hair or whatever it is. No, you gotta look like a man. That's number one. Yes, make sure your hands are clean. Unless you're a mechanic or you dig in the soil all day, every day, that's your job. That's fine, of course, yes. But try to keep your hands clean and your shoes clean. I know I tell you, this is the first two things I look on, not just on a man, but any person, man, woman. I gotta see your hands and I'm gonna see your shoes. If your shoes are dirty, again, circumstances, you coming from home, blah blah blah, you understandable. But let's say you go on, let's say I'm single, I go on a date with a guy, he comes in, his shoes are dirty. That's a no-no. I'm telling you right now. That's a red flag for me. I do not know why, but I think that you have to keep your shoes clean. Well, you have to keep yourself, all of you, clean. But shoes, and it's not just me. Believe me, there's a lot of women that have the same mindset. They all also think if you have dirty shoes, if you have dirty hands, don't touch me. Okay. Anyway, so these are the pointers for men. Just you have to look decent and just take care of yourself. Be active. Make sure you stay in good shape. Like, I understand men want a woman in good shape. The same goes for women. We want a man that, especially high value woman that takes care of herself, that goes to the gym, active. Um, she reads. She cooks. Yes, you have to also keep up with hers, and you don't think that just because you got money. I know a lot of men that they think they have money, so they can just roll up and say, well, I got money, and I think I'm high value. Money doesn't make you high value. Okay, just like the looks don't make you high value. It's a bonus, definitely a big bonus for a woman to be good looking. It's a big bonus for men to have money. Yes, but it's not everything, because one car accident, your looks are gone. Bad accident, you can be handicapped for the rest of your life and disfigured. Okay, looks are gone. What you got left? And if you're a bitch throughout your life, thinking, well, I'm all this and I'm all stuck up, guess what's gonna happen? You're getting left behind. No friends. Nobody's gonna love you, because everybody's gonna be like, well, now she's ugly. Yeah, you don't have to be nice to her anymore. That's it. Same goes to men that have money and they think they're on top of the world. One big bad investment, bad relationship. She can take, if not half, she can take most, or at least half. So thinking that, oh well, I got the money, so I can get any woman. You can get a woman that is for sale, yes, but a high quality woman, I doubt it. Because honestly, high quality women are not for sale. So okay, let me see. You need to be skinny as well. What? You need to be skinny as well. Well, I don't know about skinny. You need to be healthy. Oops. Oh, ah, my laptop making noises here. Stuff popping up. Okay. I saw a reel in IG. A couple choosing tomatoes. She checked them. Oh yes, you know what, Johnny? That's so funny because I just watched it yesterday for the first time. It's hilarious. I know he got them, yes, in the bag, and then he took one for her. She checked and declined it. Then he took she checked it and declined it. Yes, I saw that. That was so. I would have, after the declining. Yeah, he was taking it out of the bag and giving it to her, and she's like, "No." Yeah, there. I know this. I know there are a lot of women out there just combative, just for no reason. Some women got into their masculine, mm, whatever mindset. messed up. They're so masculine. They just want to be right all the time. That's the that's the thing. Like they want to act like men, but men don't ever act like, oh, I'm always right. That's the thing. Men, when they know they're wrong, they have no problem saying, yeah, honey, I was wrong. Some might have a problem. Again, narcissists. It's goes both ways. It's not like all women narcissists or men narcissists. It's just, I guess it depends on how you are raised. Again, right? Like I said, in Ukraine, it's very important, the discipline of children. The one thing I have to admit to you, the reason why I did not even want to have children here in the West, that's why the reason, a few reasons, but one of the reasons was that I didn't want to have children was you cannot even discipline kids here. You can't yell at them. Well, not that I was planning on, but just saying. You can't even spank them if they misbehave. And this is why all these kids are growing up demanding, oh, I need iPhone when I'm 12 years old. The heck? I can only picture, me coming up to my dad and like, I want an iPhone and throw a fit. I wouldn't be able to walk, sit, or do anything for the next 4 months. Okay, so and that's what, and then kids, they don't hear no, and they grow up so entitled. Women get, little girls get spoiled, parents, whatever. Oh, you're the most beautiful. Oh, you can do anything in your life you can put your mind to. Yes, I believe that you need to encourage your kids. They are able to do anything and everything, yes, but you gotta also teach them reality as well. You can't just be like, okay, you're a two, but yes, you can be a supermodel. You have to teach kids reality, what it's really like to leave the nest and hear no, or hear the truth to their face for the first time. And this is what, in the West, this is where I think a lot of, at least nowadays, kids growing up not realizing what real life is like, and then they leave the nest. It's like, oh, I gotta work. Oh, I can't work. I mean, how is the, what do I hate 9 to 5. Oh my god, my degree is not good. I went and I took gender studies and nobody wants to hire me. I spent 4 years in school and now nobody wants to hire me because the parents didn't. They're like, okay, honey, you can just choose, you can do whatever you want in life here. But not everybody can do everything they can. Like what, you have to be realistic. You can't teach your kids that they can do everything when they have no legs. You can't outrun people if you have no legs. Let's so you can't cushion everything. You can't just have your kid in a bubble. Oh, you're the most prettiest, you're the smartest, and But then when they actually go out there in the adult life and they hear no for the first time, or they hear some constructive criticism, they lose their mind. They have anxiety, they can go to work, or like, oh, I need to go to therapy because, oh, my boss told me that I don't do a good job, I'm having anxiety. That's the thing. And now, and yeah, okay, well, I vented on about that, but that's the reality, and they're not teaching kids, like, mothers don't teach their daughters cook, clean, how to be nurturing, how to obey, how to listen and not react right away. That's the thing. Women need to be taught how to not to blow up because they heard no. And It's one thing. Okay, I don't know how people are gonna react to this, but whatever. I know in Ukraine, if you tell a man to go f himself or f you, or God forbid you hit him or spit in his face, how I see this in the West is normal thing to do. Oh, you'd be in the hospital. Okay, hands down. You're gonna get, even if you say f you to a man, you want equal rights, you're gonna get equal lefts. And disrespect, there is no disrespect. You disrespect your man, or any man, be prepared to get smacked. Okay, so that's another thing. Like in Ukraine, we do not disrespect anyone, unless you want to get smacked in your mouth, talking too much. And I know a lot of people here don't take accountability what comes out of their mouth, and then get surprised, when people react, to stuff. Anyway, okay, yeah. Let's see, Janik Erickson. You are. Where are you from, Janik? You sound like you're some Nordic countries. Yeah. Like the real. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, fat kid demanding a new TV or beat a TV with a bat. It's really sick. The world. Yes, that's the truth. I also see Denmark. Okay. Ah, anyway. So actually, I have a friend that lives in Denmark, and I've been living there for a few years now. Anyway, yeah, but and that's the thing. Like you can't, and then so kids grow up and they like, well, my parents don't tell me no, and my mommy and daddy tell me I'm the most beautiful girl in the world and I can have any man I want. And another thing is like they don't teach their kids the value of the dollar and spoil them. It's like, okay, and also there's no structure, and they don't teach them any responsibilities. Clean your room. I don't want to. Like, okay, fine. Ugh! I can only imagine, like my dad says, go clean, and not just my room. I clean the whole entire house. Okay, I didn't clean just my room. I cleaned the whole entire house, and then I cleaned my grandma's house too. Okay, I was free labor, and I was my dad's remote control for the remote TV, because when like back in the day in the 80s there was no remote control. So I mean, yeah, I was free labor for my parents. I have to go and stand in lineups, you know, wait for milk, or with coupons and stuff. And my dad would only come after an hour of me standing there because he didn't want to stand in. I and kids these days, they just, oh, I just want this. And girls getting lips done and boobs done, like when they're 16, 17 years old. Oh my gosh, if I had a daughter and she'd be like, I want boobs, I would give her such a good beating, she'd be swollen for a while, that she'd never be want to be swollen again. And I mean, and again, also these comparisons, always people looking on Instagram or social media is like, oh, look at her husband got her this, ring, or he got her this purse, or and why can't you give this to me? Well, you first things first, lady, you don't know what she does for her husband to be able to get the purse or the ring or whatever the heck she's been getting. So ask her what she does for her husband. And again, people lie. Okay, people lie, especially they want to be these influencers and stuff. It's like, look at my life, look at me, I'm sitting in the private jet, and it's just a setup. Like for movies they go and pay $100 to do a photo shoot. And people fall for this, and that's another reason why so many relationships don't work out these days, because women always comparing life. Oh, that she look at her, like I look better than her, but her man is getting her so many things, but you can't afford this. I can do much better than you. Well, okay. And a lot of the times they will walk away from a good guy only in the end to realize that that was a mistake, and then they want to get back there, but there's no going back. So know your worth, kings, And if the woman doesn't do wifey things for you while you're still boyfriend and girlfriend, how can you, like, you can, let's say you go and you want to buy a Bentley, right? Okay. Let's say it's not brand new. Well, it doesn't matter even if it's brand new. Like, you still want to take it for a test drive, see how it feels, if it's because like I said, my man was buying a car, we test drove a few cars, okay, to find out which one was the best fit. The same goes for relationships. You might have great sex life, okay, but you also have to be compatible, and it's the woman's job. I don't want to say job, but yeah, I would say responsibility more than a job is to take care of our man, to make sure that he comes home from work. There's dinner on the table. Um, no nagging. You know, just give him a hug, give him a kiss as soon as he walks in. Take his bag. Take his jacket. I tell mine to go wash his hands because dinner is about to be served. So that's how it goes in this house. Hug, kiss, please sit down. What would you like? You know, dinner ready. Then we have a conversation. I ask him how his day was at work. Just simple things. Men don't need much to be happy, and I feel sorry for the women. They think that, oh, I'm good looking and this is all I need to be wifed up. Yeah, okay, but I see a lot of these plastic women getting married only to be divorced. And I don't feel sorry for those men. I don't. If that woman is taking, like, he knows she's plastic. If you have too much plastic in your body, I'm telling you right now, my first thought is half your brain is plastic. Okay, if not more than that. It's my opinion. I stick to it. Don't like it, go where the sun don't shine. Okay, let's put it that way. I never understood this. Women just disfiguring themselves, thinking that this is what men want. Men don't want that. Men want natural women. Okay, they want women that look good without makeup, that have real hair. They don't care for these ugly lashes or nails. Believe me, men do not. Seriously, guys, I'm asking you, do you like fake boobs? Do you like fake nails? Do you like fake hair? Do you like BBLs? Do you find it attractive? My question. Please get back to me on that. Okay, so Renia, could you tell some negative traits about Ukrainian ladies in terms of their attitude? Yes. Yes. Okay, so I think a lot of Ukrainian women are maybe a little bit too feminine sometimes. Maybe could be a little clingy. They always want to be around their man and be affectionate. Very affectionate, kissing, hugging, holding hands. So if you don't like clingy women, Ukrainian women are not for you because I always want to hug and kiss and touch my man. So that's my grab his butt, spank his butt. Just like, I like these kind of things. So I'm a clingy person. Um, Never realized that I was until I met him, which was my true love. Yes, before that I didn't know I was, but I know a lot of Ukrainian women. They're very affectionate and want to hear that you say that pretty, that you love them. But again, I guess maybe the all women, but I know that Ukrainian women very romantic also. So if you're not into buying flowers, again, Ukrainian women, the thing is, the reason why, I guess the reason why I used to, well, no, because I don't like cut flowers. Me personally, I don't like cut flowers. I like plants. But my man sometimes gets me flowers. But Ukrainian women really, and it's a Eastern European thing. They love flowers. But the good thing about Ukrainian women, you don't have to buy a big bouquet of flowers. One is good enough. She'll be happy. She will be very appreciative, very happy, even if you bring her one. And best bet is roses. Red would be for passion. Pink is for cute. Yellow, do not get yellow. White, not really, no. Pink or red, best bet. Um, any other color, but no, not yellow and not white. I guess white's good. Anyway, what else? What else? They probably fed you up because we love to cook. So if you like good food, if you don't want to get fat, I don't know. I know, like, I love to cook, so there's always food in my house, and I'm always feeding. I got this habit from my grandma. She feeds everybody. She just feeds and feeds everybody. So, I got that from her. My mom too. So, but my grandma was always like, there was this one lady, she's a gypsy lady, and she had a huge tumor on her head, and she had a young son, and they were going door to door asking for whatever food or clothes or whatever. And then my grandma saw her, and then she invited her in, and she told her the story that she has I don't want to show it on me because it was the size of her head on her head. And ever since then, my grandma was like, okay, well, your son can come, clear up some leaves and stuff like that, maybe cut some grass or, take out some garbage. And she would always feed him and give a few plates to take home for his mom and stuff. And so she would feed the whole entire neighborhood. Even my friends, also, one of my friends, they were from poor families. So she would always tell me to bring my friend over for my grandma to feed her. So, okay, you guys, okay, what else? Let me, I have to go, you guys. Okay, I was in Copenhagen last January. Whatever I saw from it was nice. I've never been to Copenhagen. I would like to, oh wait, Janik. It was the agriculture exhibition today. Roskilde and Turskaya lawn mowing stand. Okay, lawn mowing. You know what? That reminds me, I need to cut my grass today. Okay, you guys. I would love to stay longer, but I was told that we have to be within an hour because I usually go over. But for algorithms, I have to go. So you guys, thank you again. Thank you so much for coming and visiting me. Check out the ladies. I missed you. So, okay, it's like I forgot how to use all this stuff all over again. Hold on a second, old man. Oh, I found it. Okay, so the last video as I usually play for you guys. Again, thank you so much for coming and spending this hour with me. I always appreciate and love you guys, and you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like the video, hopefully subscribe, and come back tomorrow same time and visit Irina. Have a good one, guys.
Hi guys. Say, have you ever wondered how us, beautiful Ukrainian women, rate you? Well, now you can go calculate your score at your SMV